Right, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm back at y'all again. I'm coming to talk about or to address the mothers who have been contacting me in reference to their children who are autistic. And they feel like they're trying to get in tune with that child, but that child is not actually trying to get in tune with them. It's not that they are being rebellious or antisocial because they cannot socialize while being in another dimension. Now, autistic children, upon coming into the body, the physical womb, a part of them made a contract to be here, and a part of them have been here before, so they're like, you know what, I don't want to come back. So they decide to go into, part of them decide to go into another dimension, and part of them decide to come here. So they are actually operating in two worlds or two dimensions at the same time. So again, in order for you to tune in with that child, you must have a certain type of open or a certain type of DNA that has been sparked by way of a past life as far as being here in this realm before and in the other realm in which that child is dwelling in. And because you cannot get in tune with that child, it means that that child's soul is much older than yours. 9 times out of 10, any child that has autism has an old soul. It's an elder. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, this realm is boring to them. They don't want to come here. They're tired of coming here over and over again. So they decide to redirect that energy or part of their soul into another dimension. All right? And again, the third dimension could be very, very difficult because that child that's autistic could be a part of you coming back or a fragment of you coming back as your child to operate, because this realm may have so much for you to pick up while you are here to take back to another realm that you had to have given birth. You have to have given birth to another child which has or consisted of a fragment of you that existed in another realm. So therefore, it could be a whole lot of stuff that you are picking up along your destination here, and you had to exist with another part of you that existed here before in another realm. So therefore, again, autistic children are very powerful. They're very superior. The way they communicate is very high. They're on higher frequency. They are actually communicating with other things that many of us have never come into contact with ever in this life or other lives before. So therefore, it's good to give them space and let them operate in both of the worlds that they are operating in. You get what I'm saying? So, again, with that much said, you have to understand that autistic children are dealing with two types of energy. People think that there's only one form of energy. It's many forms of energy that we deal with in certain lifetimes. And the energy that they are dealing with is a certain type of energy which has another type of DNA as far as the way that they communicate. So the way that me and you communicate may be differently than how they communicate because they are operating in two different realms. Again, it's like having or experiencing someone who is deaf. They have to communicate in a different form. But at the same time, they have another sense that's more dominant due to that other sense being inferior or shut down. So your hearing may be impaired, but your sight or your senses of feeling could be very dominant. People who are handicapped usually have a better sense of being able to feel things. They can feel things more better. That's because that other sense that's on lower frequency is operating in another world. Your senses is a part of you operating through a body that exists here on a physical realm. So therefore here, if they tell you have 5 senses, when in actuality you only have 1. Through feeling, you can hear, see, taste, smell, and etc. You get what I'm saying? So, again, with that much said, I just wanted to come in to address that autistic children are very superior. They are elder souls who operate on sometimes more than 2 dimensions. You have autistic children that operate on all 5 dimensions at the same time. You get what I'm saying? And if you can tap into or get in tune with them, then that tells me how old your soul is. When you are looking at the sun is autistic. Why? Because it's delving into many dimensions at one time to bring over information. And so again, you can be that child that you gave birth to who is autistic. Why? Because again, fragments of you exist in many other worlds. And so therefore, upon you leaving this body here, you may go into another world and come in contact with a part of you that may be a person that you may end up marrying. You love this, y'all love this, eat the same food, y'all like the same color. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really you meeting somebody else. It's really you meeting a part of yourself. Be careful who you run into. Because remember, we have negative and positive DNA that we consist of, which helps to balance out the energy of thoughts. The energy of thoughts, which we operate as far as megahertz on this round. The energy of thoughts can be very high, can be very low. What is the thoughts of the sun? Again, the thoughts of the sun is very high because it's delving in many dimensions. The moon cannot delve in many dimensions, so therefore it uses the sunlight from the sun, which reflects from the sun onto the moonlight to be able to get the information that is being given to the sun, which the sun brings back into this physical dimension to give to the moon. And the moon, by way of magnetism, helps to move the water with this information. And that information is called oxygen, hydrogen. And when you drink this oxygen and hydrogen, what does it do? It builds up your memory. So you are a part of everything around you. All right? So with that much said, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor. Peace.